So the Switch is going to have, unfortunately, a paid subscription
You think this
service.
is unfortunate?
Oh yeah.
I think it's. I don't know.
You go from playing online for free
But
to
it's
paying
going to be a
for
lot
it.
better. They've never had a very good,
See,
solid online system.
People say that, but it's not actually true. Like, okay, on the PlayStation 3, it was free to play online.
Mm.
On the PlayStation 4, you have to pay for it. But guess what? All the little extra features, like being able to have a party chat, I can do that without paying for it. So I don't really see it as like you're just basically charging me to play online. That's dumb. You can do that on a PC, and unless the publisher charges you, if it's a subscription based game, that makes sense. Like a World of Warcraft, it makes sense to pay monthly for that. But like, there's a lot of games where it's just like multiplayer is just kind of a side deal. I don't want to have to pay extra for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they've been doing it for the last, 2 generations with the Wii and the Wii U. Yeah, it wasn't that great, but Nintendo doesn't really get online stuff. Like, a lot of people swear by Splatoon, and they're like, oh, Splatoon's a great game. But the second one, you're going to have to pay to play it online. And I don't think that there's much...
Now, is this program just for the Switch?
Yes,
so
it only applies to the Switch.
So you can play Splatoon online on the Wii U for free?
As long as the servers for the Wii U are active, yes. Which they can turn off any day now.
Because isn't Splatoon like the only... isn't like that only online?
Most of its content's online. It's basically... It's like Battlefront.
So
yeah.
Splatoon's going to be done for the Wii U.
The first Splatoon... unless you get a bunch of friends over and you play split screen, which I think you can do on it. But for the most part, the game's going to be dead.
I now understand why they made the second one so similar to it.
Well,
it's basically just a rehash.
This is my major complaint with like online games. Like, this is why you don't want to have like 80 to 90% of your game be online, because what happens when the servers get turned off? It's dead. It's a dead game at that point. So the silver lining here, though, is that the online service for the Switch is only going to be $30. They think it's going to be as high as $30 a year, which is, of course, half the price for what you pay on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And they come to this figure because it has been announced that we have an idea of how much it'll be for the Japanese version of the service, and that's going to be 2,000 to 3,000 yen a year. And the yen
Japanese. The economy is very inflated, it sounds like.
Well, no, I mean, kind of think of it like cents.
Really?
Yeah, like pennies, like 3,000 pennies. Well, it's only $30, so you can chill. but it doesn't exactly.
I just figured they'd be saying it in their biggest units. So is yen not their
yen
biggest?
Is their only unit. Yeah. That's just how that works.
That's
over
efficient,
there.
but whatever. Anyways,
and that works out to being between $17.63 or on the high end $26.44.
That's pretty good. When I saw that, I was like, that's a lot lower than I was expecting.
Right, and basically, the Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima said that with paid services, we'll be able to fully commit to customers.
Basically, what I just said.
Yeah, they're going to give you the same line, and I don't really see that. Especially, I don't know if you know about this, but when you're online, you're not able to chat with people on the Switch. You have to get your smartphone and download an app, and you use your phone to talk to people. I'm not kidding.
Wait,
that is their plan.
Like with a mic?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Using your phone, not the system, to talk to your friends.
That's dumb. No one's going to do that. You don't want to... People are too lazy to download an app.
Okay, here's the deal. Like, you can start a Google Hangout chat or call someone on Skype or, like, use all these other services that already exist. Like, what's the point? Like, you're giving us something that, like, already exists 1,000 different ways. So, I guess that $30 is not going to go to pay for that, because that's a very half-baked idea.
That's pretty dumb. Like,
Now,
Like, what if you want to use your phone to do other things while you're
true.
playing? Or like do a quick text to someone, like listen to music. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you wouldn't typically be listening to music, but I'm just saying, like, you'd want to have that available for whatever you may need it for, like, because I mean, I don't know, it's just really dumb, like, to have two things going at once just for like a thing that the original system should just be able to do by itself.
Yeah, it's very silly. There is, of course, going to be a free trial period for the service starting in March when the console comes out. That's going to continue on through the fall, and then sometime in the fall they'll actually start charging for it. So I guess if you get it early, you'll get a little bit of a taste of how it is. And of course, we've talked about this before. You're either going to get one free NES or Super NES game per month, but you don't keep it. That's the one thing that PlayStation 4 and Xbox One do, is they give you free games that you can download. Xbox does it better because you get to keep those games no matter what. PlayStation 4, those games are only playable as long as you keep paying for the subscription.
But now
Nintendo's the worst, because you only get to play it for that month unless you buy
Wait,
the game.
it's an NES game, you said?
NES or Super NES. You get a free one every month, but it's more like a free month rental.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
It's an NES game, Nintendo. Who cares?
Right.
Just give it to them. you can port that, like, on a computer. It's so dumb.
But Nintendo has kind of been known for doing that. They very much protect their property. They think that, this should maintain its value for years and years and years to come.
Now, my thing about yearly subscriptions, like, that's just, to me, yearly subscriptions are like nothing. Like, I don't know, it's one thing to have to pay every month to be like, oh, here that comes again, that monthly fee. But like a year, like, seriously, like, just $30 you just pay at the beginning of the year, and then it's out. It's like, you just put it's out of your mind for a long. $30 is like nothing. And like, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, for a year, it seems like it's not that big of a deal to me, because it's just $30, and then for a whole year you're just not even thinking about it, and you have the service. I don't know.
Yeah, and the other thing is like the Switch, like, so for the Wii and the DS, they had something called the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Like, that was the name of their network.
Yeah.
Then with the Wii U and the 3DS, they just called it the Nintendo Network, which had a much better sounding name.
Is that like the one where they have like the YouTube and Netflix and stuff on there, and you can access YouTube on it and stuff?
Well, you could have done that on the Wii
Network
also.
Yeah.
But the Nintendo Network, that was just like what they called like their online services. Like, if you go to play Splatoon online, you're playing on the Nintendo Network.
Oh, yeah.
But now this isn't even going to carry over to the Switch. Like, if you have like a friend list, that doesn't transfer over. With the Switch, you're going to have to start from scratch again and find your friends again.
I'll find you on the other side.
Well, and the other thing is like, okay, like, I have a 3DS and I have a Wii U, and it uses the same account for both systems. But I have to, if I'm friends with someone on the 3DS, it doesn't just transfer over to the Wii U as well. I still have to find them on their Wii U system to become friends on the Wii U. So, like, it's just kind of like, it's silly little things like that doesn't really inspire a whole lot of confidence for me as far as Nintendo handling this well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm nervous about. But so yeah, if you don't have a problem paying for a subscription, this is probably going to be great news for you, because it's going to be like, very competitively priced against what Sony and Microsoft are doing.
Not that I'm gonna have a Switch anyways.
Yeah,
I've got 30 games that need playing, and 30 plus games that need playing.
28.
Yeah,
you were down to 28.
That's right.
You were running out.
It's depressing.
You're running out.
Not really
games.
though, because then I'll get to have like 50,000 more.
And then if you're someone like me, who I don't really get the whole online thing. I mean, I think it's
I do not like online games. Like, your family, your
group of friends,
your in-laws family, they are obsessed with online games. That's like all they do.
That's really all they
Whenever
do.
I go over to their house, and I do not get it. Like, I don't like Overwatch that much because like I like the way it plays. Sure, the characters are cool. I mean, I guess the style, but I just don't. It's like you said, like games that just like that, like 80 or 90% of it just takes place online. It's just like you can't play it without Wi-Fi. Like, what if your Wi-Fi goes down? It's just like, and like you said, the server will die. Like, if the server dies eventually, the game is useless.
And if let's just say your internet's down, well, you can't play that game on that day.
I don't like having to put up with other real people. That's like the point of playing a video game is because I don't want to have to deal with real people. Like, you know.
Like you're trying to escape from people. Why would you want to meet up with them in the virtual world?
I don't know. I guess it's kind of like a weird social thing. But yeah, I personally don't really enjoy online games that much. I dabbled in online Minecraft for a while because that was kind of fun. But
did you have to pay extra for it?
No.
No. There's your answer.
And I especially don't like talking to people over like a mic. That's really...
kind of strange.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I agree.
I don't really get the whole craze of online games either. Like I much prefer just like story driven games where you just do one thing to another and then boom boom boom.
And if you want to throw in like I think Assassin's Creed did a really cool thing because starting with Brotherhood, you had like the single player portion of the game, and then they basically took the single player version and they also added as a bonus, here's an online version of like people trying to kill each other, like everyone's an assassin, but not everyone's an assassin.
Those
like,
can be some of the coolest ones because typically you just either have like fully online games or fully offline games, and then there are the ones that are like
they dabble in
like the
online.
Call of Duties, the Halos.
Yeah.
Where they have the campaign mode, but it's not really that great, so you mostly just play online. Like they dip their feet in the water.
Yeah, well,
on the campaign.
Call of Duty. I mean, that's probably like the biggest online played game ever, and yet it still has a story mode that you can go back to and play if you like to play it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's not that. It's really hard to find a game that has a balance between has a really good balance between both. I can't think of one. Frankly, can you?
That has a balance between the two.
Like
I mean, no, because there's always going to be a focus on one or the other. But
I'm just trying to think of one that's online, but it has a really cool story that you can play as well.
Well, there was an RPG that I played online called White Knight Chronicles for the PlayStation 3 that you could attempt these quests with other people. Like you just meet up with random people and you're all trying to just complete this mission, and that was fun. Like that was pretty neat. Like I basically just you basically just showed off to each other and like see this is what my avatar can do and like do really cool things. But
it's pretty cool.
I just it doesn't really appeal to me. If it appeals to you, like I feel like if you're a Nintendo player, like there's not a whole lot of games that are going to be online anyway because they don't really specialize in that.
Madden is a good game, balanced in between. If you're into that kind of stuff,
yeah,
because you can play online, just normal games online, but you can do like most people do, and like it's the same both ways.
Yeah, and I would say any fighting game is the same way. Like you can play with the exception of lag, you can play just as well online as you can offline. So there is that, but we'll see if it's a success, and we'll see if they turn around and put that cash into making it a better experience for everyone.
Hopefully.